In today's video, I'm going to show you how to paint this adorable fox with a fall wreath using digital watercolor on the iPad. Hello and welcome to Color with Kendi. On this channel, we paint digital watercolor and gouache on the iPad, and I use the app Procreate. Most of my tutorials are step-by-step tutorials, and they are meant to be followed along. I have a list of all the supplies I'm using today in the description, as well as a pinned comment, so feel free to check that out. So for today's video, I'm using the Amazing Watercolor brush pack. I'm going to open up the 8x10" canvas with the second texture. So what we're going to do is we are going to import the traceable first. So I'm going to tap on the layers panel and I'm going to tap right here so that our traceable ends up importing above it. And then I'm going to go to the actions menu and make sure that I'm on add, and I will insert a photo. So now I'm just going to tap on that cursor and I'm going to zoom out. So we have the traceable right here as well as the color palette. I want the color palette to be on a separate layer, so I'm just going to tap on the ribbon icon. I'm going to make sure that I'm on freehand. I'm going to lasso around it, and then with 3 fingers I'll swipe down and cut and paste. So now we have the color palette on its own layer. And because we're not using the line art for the traceable today, I'm just going to go to that traceable layer, tap on N, and reduce the opacity. So for this painting, I'm going to start out with the fox. We'll do the base colors, and then we'll do the wreath, and then we'll do the details. So I want to start with the fox's head. So I'm going to select this color right here, zoom in, and I'm going to press and hold that third color. So it's that soft orange, and I'm going to select the brush. So I'm using the Amazing Watercolor brush pack, and I shall be using brush number 13 today. This is a wet looking brush, and this is Charged Watercolor A. And let me just show you how this brush works. So I'm just going to go to size 35 and I'll show you off to the side. So with light pressure, you get something like that. Now, if you use heavier pressure, you'll get a lot more pigment. And if you vary the pressure and lift your pencil and add more pigment, you'll get a variety of pigment intensities. So basically with this brush, it is charged, which means the initial stroke will have more pigment and then the rest of the stroke won't have as much. So if you want to get that intense pigment, lift your pencil up again and you'll be able to get more intense pigment. So vary the pressure and lift your pencil. That's basically how to use this brush, and just use it at the right size. There's really nothing else to it. So I'm going to start to add that pigment to the fox's head, and I'm going to lift my pencil several times, and you can always smudge out certain areas if you don't like it. So I'm just going to start to add the pigment to the fox's head. I'm going to start with the top here, and then I'm going to go a little bit smaller wherever I need a little bit more control. And it will be a little bit darker, but that's okay. We can smudge that out. And I'm just going to use some feathery strokes here. And I'm going to use a slightly darker color right here at the bottom. So I'm going to tap on the color menu and go down at a diagonal to get a slightly darker color. And then add that in here. Just a little bit darker, not too much. And then towards the tips, it's going to be almost black, but not quite black. I'm going to start to add a little bit of that darker color here. And don't worry about the transition, we will smudge that out. So that's definitely something that we will need to do, but for now, let's just block in the colors. I'm going to continue the rest of the fox, but I just wanted to show you the smudging process because I like to smudge as I go. So I'm going to go to the smudge library, and I'm going to make sure that I'm in the same brush set and on brush number 6, Smudger A. And I like to use Smudger A at a smaller size and work my way up as necessary. So because this is quite detailed, I think a really small size will work well. So this is size 3. So let's see, yeah. So with this smudger, I'm just pulling the pigment down a little bit so that it fades a little bit nicely. And you can smudge whichever area you need to smudge, but just don't over smudge. Because I find that sometimes with digital watercolor, the urge to smudge, and then everything looks quite flat. So we don't want that. We want that color variation. So try to avoid over smudging. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So I'm going to continue the exact same process for the rest of the fox, basically laying down different colors and different intensities of that color and then smudging it. So let's continue. Okay, Now what I want to do now that we've laid down the base colors for the fox is I want to turn off the traceable for a moment and have a look at what we have. So let's go to the layers panel and let's turn off the traceable. Okay, but sometimes when you have the traceable, you can't exactly see what's happening with your painting. So I like this. There's nice color variation. There are a few pockets that are white, so let's fix that. So I'm just going to go in and grab the color closest to those white areas. Oops, I think I turned the traceable back on. No, what did I do? Sometimes this stuff happens. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna go in, grab this color right here, make sure that I'm on the right layer. Yes, I am. And then just going to fill in those areas. I think that was a little too dark. So adjust the color and just going to fill in those areas. Or you can also just smudge away that white. That's also an option. So just going to do that. So the base colors for the fox are done. Now let's move on to the base colors for the wreath, and then we will do the details. So I'm going to do the wreath in a different layer. You don't have to, you can do it in the same layer. So I'm going to tap on plus and I'm going to make the wreath there. So I'll just rename it because it makes sense. Let's rename this one to fox, just to make it a little bit more organized. And I'm going to bring back that traceable, make sure that's on, and now we're going to paint in the wreath. So to paint in the wreath, we are using the exact same brush, brush number 13. You can also use brush number 14 if you want a slightly different look that has a slightly different texture. But I'm just going to use the same brush throughout for the base color. So I'm going to pick this color right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by painting the branches and then we will do the leaves. And let's see, I might go down in size because the branches are a little bit thin. So I'm just going to lay down that pigment. And if this color is too dark for you, you can change the color as well. And remember, where you want it to have less pigment, don't lift your pencil. You want more pigment, lift your pencil. So just vary that and you'll get this interesting look. Now I'm going to start coloring in the leaves with the same brush, same technique. Pick any colors that you like. We have lots of colors here. So let's go in and pick this red. And let's do the berries first. So there are a couple berries here and there, so I'm just going to do those first. Okay, so now I want to move on to a different color. Let's see, maybe I can grab this orange here and maybe I can change it a little bit. I can reduce the saturation. So I'm going down a little bit and yeah, I think that's a good color. So choose any colors that you want, any colors that look like fall leaves, and place them wherever you want. But I'm kind of sticking to yellow, orange, brown, red, just so that there's this color harmony. So I think that's good. We are going to add more details, so we can do that as well. And this painting will come to life once we add the details. Hey, there was one more thing that I forgot to do, which was the cheeks. So that's part of the base color. So I'm going to go back to that fox layer. I'm going to turn on the traceable, and color was this one right here with the same brush. Okay, so we have completed the base colors. At this point, if you want to add a little bit more color variation, you can. I'm going to go in with the same brush, brush number 13, and just lay down some more pigment on some of the leaves. And maybe make it a bit darker. And just add some more lines up here. I'm going to go in with a larger brush size and just add a little bit more pigment to the base of the tail. And I'm also going to add a little bit of pigment down here, just to give it a little bit more depth. And what I'm also going to do is I'm going to grab this color right here, and then make it a bit darker, and just add a little hint of color right there. So right now I am quite happy with the base colors, and now I am ready to move on to details. Okay, so I'm going to do the details in a completely different layer. So I'm going to go to the wreath layer and just tap on plus, and I'm going to do all of my details in this layer. You can either use one of the watercolor brushes for this, or you can use a pencil. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use a combination of the two. So I'm going to start off with some of the details with brush 37, basic detail A. And then I'm also going to add some details with one of the pencil brushes right at the top of this set. So let's go to brush 37. And I'm going to start out with the wreath and then work my way through the fox. So what I want is I want a little bit more definition to the branches. So I'm going to grab the color of the branch here. Yeah, I think it's good. It needs to have a little bit of darkness, but not too much. So I'm going to show you how this brush works. So I'm going to go to size 15. So if you use light pressure, that's what it looks like. If you use heavy pressure, it looks like that. So it has a little bit of a textured edge. So much like what you would see if you painted with watercolor, you would have certain areas that, depending on the tooth of the paper, you're not getting as much paint on. And this is pressure sensitive and also tilt sensitive. So if you tilt your brush, that's what you get. So you can get a variety of looks with this brush. So definitely play around with the tilt and the pressure and the size. I'm just going to use it as size 15 for now. And I'm going to add a little hint of line work. Actually, I think this size might be too big. I'm going to go down in size. Just going to add a few lines of definition, but I'm not trying to be too perfect with them. Kind of like that. I want to keep with the slightly messy hand-done look of this painting. So I'm going to vary the pressure and I'm going to use broken lines. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the leaves and the berries. So what I'm going to do with the same brush is I'm going to grab that color and then make it a little bit darker by going down at a diagonal and then just adding a little bit of detail. Now you can do that with this brush, or if you'd like to, I'm going to show you another option which looks quite nice as well, is to use this tapered pencil. So the tapered pencil would look a little bit different, a little bit more sketchy. So you know what, maybe let's go with that. I like to kind of play up the textures with different brushes. So with this brush, light pressure looks like that, heavy pressure looks like that. So if you want more texture, use broken lines and use lighter pressure. So I'm going to do that for these leaves. So I think for me, that is good. Now it's time to work on the details for the fox. You can do this in the same layer. Okay, so the eyes. So what I'm going to do for the eyes is I'm going to draw in these lines first. Using a lighter color, lighter brown, I want to color in the eye. And then I'm going to grab some white and add a little bit of white right there. And then I want to add an eyebrow right here. So now let's turn off the traceable for a moment and have a look. Okay, looking cute. Now let's add a few more details. We can always come back to the face if we want, but what I want to do is start to add details around the face, like the edges. So I'm going to grab this color right here and let's see what that looks like. Maybe make it a little bit darker and then add some sketchy lines here and there. So I'm just going to continue to do that with the rest of the fox. See what it looks like, add some sketchy lines. I'm going to make it a little bit less saturated. So I'm going to go to the cheeks. I feel like I want to add a little bit more definition to the cheeks right there. I think I'm done. The one thing I do want to do is maybe make the branches a little bit darker, but not by changing the color, by adding a little bit more detail to them. So I'm going to try this in one of the detail layers. So yeah, there we go. We are done with this painting. So let's have a look at what we made together. So we have interesting color variation with the brush that we used for the base colors, brush number 13. And then we have nice texture with different brushes. And then we have the cute face. And yeah, I think this was a fun painting to make. So that is it for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next video. Bye!